Hi, my name's Elwin. I'm the founder of Lionheart Herbs. I'm a health consultant and I've helped many people to reach extraordinary levels of health through nutrition, through exercise, through herbal intervention and through basically whatever it takes in order to be healthy. I'm here to share with you today.
Now, let me share with you about one of my favourite substances, and that is MSM, also known as methylsulfonylmethane. So MSM, why should we want to take MSM? First of all, why do we need it? Why do we need a supplement? Well, we used to get MSM naturally from food, and that's when most of our plants were fed with rainwater. Rainwater naturally contains high levels of MSM, but because these days our plants aren't fed that way, that's why, and because we can't really drink rainwater anymore because it's not practical and because it's highly polluted, we need to get MSM in supplemental form. So what are the benefits of MSM? Number one is that it's a fantastic detoxifier. So it's really helpful for the body to transport toxins out in as safe and harmless way as possible. It's also a food for the hair, the skin, the nails. You'll find, and as well, secondarily, it's the lungs and the liver as well. So you'll find when you take a decent amount of MSM that your nails grow more strongly, more quickly, your hair might grow twice as quickly. I have to go to the barber way more than I would ideally like because I take a lot of MSM. It really does work in that regard and makes your hair kind of strong and thick as well compared to what it would be before. It's really powerful as an anti-inflammatory agent, and in fact I would say probably people buy it more for that than anything else. If you have inflammation, especially in your joints, your tendons, your cartilage, anything like that, then it's almost magical for that. It also helps to increase the elasticity of your skin, to make it kind of tighter. So if, for instance, you've lost a lot of weight and your skin might be a bit flabby or hanging, something like that, then it just tightens that up nicely. One of the most amazing, experiential things I can share with MSM, for instance, is that it's so powerful that these days I don't really have any need to stretch anymore. So even if I go to the gym and I do weight training, I don't need to stretch before or afterwards. Or if I do yoga, I can just go straight into it. It's just easy because of that MSM. It reduces the inflammation and it just increases your flexibility massively. So it's really powerful for that as well. One of the other things that I really love about it is not only the sulfur bit, which is what we've talked about up till now, but also the methyl bit. So it helps your body to methylate. Now, what does that mean? Well, it helps a lot of the processes of the liver. And if you've heard of having high homocysteine, which relates to heart disease, Alzheimer's, and basically high homocysteine, which is something that you can find out more about if you Google that, relates to a lot of the common terminal illnesses that people actually end up dying from. So a good way to lower that homocysteine is with B vitamins and with methylating substances like MSM and like TMG, which is also on the site. So that's yet another benefit of MSM. I really love MSM in powder form. Yet another thing that I like to use it for is just add it to my water, add it to my spring water. And it makes the water more hydrating as well, so it's also good for that. MSM is really good if it's combined with vitamin C. So MSM with a little bit of lemon juice or with a little bit of vitamin C powder makes like a golden combination, and that's particularly useful for the bone support and the bone and joint support because they both help to build collagen. So if you have arthritis or anything like that, it can be really helpful for that. The anti-inflammatory thing isn't just the case for the bones and joints and tendons and all that. It's also really powerful for any kind of inflammatory histamine response. So if you are allergic to things, or if you have food intolerances, or an allergy to, like a cat hair or feathers or pollen, whatever it might be, MSM, again in sufficient dosages, can significantly reduce the symptoms of all that. Now I say sufficient dosages. You do want to be careful with MSM to start off slowly. So you might start off with just like 1 gram or 2 grams a day, but you can keep increasing it slowly but surely. Are there any negative side effects from MSM? Yes, the only unpleasant side effect is that it can detoxify you too quickly if you take too much straight away. So I might quite often use maybe 2, 3, 4 tablespoons a day, and that's fine for me. But I wouldn't recommend that you start off with that amount, just because it might cause kind of detoxification symptoms, because it's so powerful and so effective. But ultimately that doesn't do any harm. So It's just, it can be unpleasant, but it won't do you any harm whatsoever. So there is no known toxicity of MSM. You can even have like a quarter of a kilo or half a kilo today, not that I'm advising that, and it wouldn't cause you any harm whatsoever. So it's a completely non-toxic substance. So there's just a few of the many benefits of MSM. There's a whole book written on the subject, which I really highly recommend that you look into if you'd like to find out more. But an essential one to include into your daily routine, I would say, just because it's something that we don't get from a natural source anymore, and because it has such a myriad array of incredible benefits.